Bitcoin dipping below $19,000 for the second time in 2 weeks. It's all looking a bit grim. How much longer does it last?
Yeah, I know there was quite a bit of a liquidation cascade, and generally that will take 6 to 9 months to recover. But the exciting thing that I'm seeing is that centralized finance is what broke. It's not DeFi that broke, or decentralized finance. And decentralized finance actually held up very well. And so I think that there's actually a big opportunity right now to get involved in the crypto space for many of the viewers that haven't yet, especially within Bitcoin and Ethereum, because the development in Ethereum has continued. We're seeing developers at the highest point we've ever seen, and there's so many brilliant minds coming back into the space, so the fundamentals are quite strong.
Now, you started your career on Wall Street and left to join the crypto industry. How would you compare and contrast those two cultures?
Oh, yes, very different. I would say that my time on Wall Street, it's very different personalities, a lot of very strong personalities on Wall Street, sharky behavior, which does exist within the crypto space as well. But when it comes to the protocol layer and the builders, I've actually had a lot of really great and friendly experiences in this space. And when it comes to women in the crypto space, I think many are there to really lift other women up, which wasn't my direct experience on Wall Street, unfortunately.
So would bro culture be a fair characterization of Wall Street and not of crypto culture?
I would say in my experience, yes, very much so. It does still exist within the crypto space. There are a lot of tech VCs from Silicon Valley that bring that culture in, and they also invest in founders that are a little bit more bro culture. But the great thing is that in crypto, you have crypto native VCs, and many of those crypto native VCs are really open to more diversity, and they have an emphasis around diversity, but also a diversity of ideas and also founders. So that's an exciting piece within the Web3 and crypto space.
So how do we keep the trend going then? Whether it's more female executives at crypto companies, getting more women investing in cryptocurrency in general? I mean, wouldn't that all help keep the crypto industry from falling into the same trap that tech has over all of these decades?
Absolutely. I think that that's a really important point. I think we need to invest in women, and we also need to get women on the cap tables so that companies are taking female investors as well. It's so often that I see cap tables that are all men. And I think when we see that, we have a responsibility to call it out, not just as women, but also as men. Men need to add women to their cap tables, and other men need to call out that kind of behavior. And then it's also important to hire strong women that support other strong women, I think, and adding women to leadership roles within companies. And that's one thing that I've really taken seriously as a founder within the space. It's important to bring really strong women into the company and leadership roles and give women power.
What are some big misconceptions about the crypto industry that we should break open to get more women involved?
Yeah, I think one big misconception is that you have to be technical, you have to be an engineer. You don't. There are many different roles, and we welcome female engineers and female coders into the space, of course, but we also need marketing, we need designers, we need people that raise capital. And so every skill set that exists in the world is also needed within the crypto space. And there are so many different communities in the crypto space that you can belong to, different communities across many different asset classes and use cases.
Now, we were speaking with Congressman Stephen Lynch earlier, who just chaired this hearing on combating bro culture in fintech. He talked about things like the SEC potentially regulating or taking a closer look at executive teams of tech companies. What would you like to see from Congress? What could Congress do that would make a difference?
Yeah, it's unfortunate that Congress has to step in here and that we're not self-regulating and do this ourselves, because I think that we are very much capable, and it does feel like we are on a positive trend. But I would like to see all of this kind of called out when you see bad behaviors. Having women on your show, you're a great example of this, of raising other women up. But there are some conferences where it's only male panelists or only male speakers. So when we see that kind of behavior, I think it's important to call it out.